everybody, to the Meldrum Bay episode, or Meldrum Bay, well, Meldrum Bay is part of it, Manitoulin Island tour, and today is a pretty special day for me, being a working class guy, and that's that I literally have all day, forgot to unlock my bike, I literally have all day to just ride my bike around, and it's a beautiful day, so... and to ride it around Manitoulin Island, no less. And I don't take that for granted, because these days are very few and far between. Maybe it'll get better once I retire, but until then, it's very rare that you get a nice weather and the whole day with no responsibilities to do anything. I mean, my only responsibility today is to enjoy the ride, and I'm going to end up at a motel at the end of the day, and that's it. So you're welcome to come along. I've been on the island before, so I have some idea of where I want to go, and we're going to take off and we're going to show you. So this is Providence Bay where I'm starting, and I'm just going to pull over here quickly just to show you. Even though I'm just starting here, I just want to show you what Providence Bay looks like. So nobody here yet. Plus, although it's bright and sunny and it's a nice day, it's not particularly warm. A little bit of a cool breeze. Anyway, nice boardwalk, beautiful long beach. And that's nice and sandy and shallow going all the way out. So if you get the right day and the currents are warm enough and the water's warm enough, and you can have a beautiful day on this beach with your family or whatever. You know, until you've ridden on Manitoulin Island, you probably won't get this. You'll get it once you've ridden here. And there's just something kind of special or magical about this place. And I know, like, from the video, it just looks like farm country like anywhere else, but there's just a feeling of peace and solitude. Hey, Joe! That you get when you're here. And, you know, it's not without its challenges. You know, like a sunshiny day like this is kind of a rarity, and as I read the skies and feel the direction of the wind, I can see we got overcast skies moving in already. Camping here is, you know, not top notch because it's usually raining and the campgrounds aren't that great, but you know, that's of course a subjective opinion. Some people love the campgrounds here. It all depends what kind of camping you want to do, I guess. But anyway, it's a magical island, and this is why it's such a big deal to come and ride around on Manitoulin, and why so many bikers come here. You know, one thing I really like about just cruising out here on Manitoulin, maybe it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens a lot, is nobody on my ass. Nobody in front, nobody behind. Sure, there's the odd other vehicle, but... Oh, Union Road, Union Road, Union Road! Coming up to 542, you want Union Road. Whew. It's got some lumber. Going to fix up the old cottage. No, you come up 42, you follow 42, and Union Road is the one you want. And this will take you west on the south side of the island without crisscrossing the island like the big highways do. And it's still paved and it's still all decent. Kind of goes through forests and stuff a bit. It says go straight at a little hamlet called Burpee. Oh, there's a nice old Firebird Trans Am. It's for sale. You want to buy an old Trans Am? And if you were a car guy and you were into fixing cars, It'd be nice to fix her up. Old Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am. If I was like an uber rich billionaire, I'd have one in the collection. Just like with this Africa Twin. I'm just checking to make sure my camera's on. That once you get a bike like this, I'm not saying this is the only bike that's end game, but it is definitely one of them. And so once you've gone to this level of bike, unless you just don't like adventure bikes and you want to go pure cruiser, it's pretty much end game. There's no more upgrading from here. And the sad part of that is, you know, I don't get to go shopping for bikes anymore. I don't get to be in the market for bikes. I would have to give this one up to do it. So as you're going west on 540, my Union Street, I kept following. I turned into Campbell Road, came to a T, hung a right, kind of out of the back country land now, and you'll see Misery Bay Conservation Area, and it's nice. I've gone there before. I don't think I'm going to bother today, but if you're going to go there, it's kind of a nice trail. There's an interpretive center there, and you can take a trail, and it's not too long of a trail, maybe 2-3 kilometers round trip. And it goes down to a rocky natural beach, like a wild beach. It's just up there. And when I was there were bear tracks on the beach, and lots and lots of mosquitoes, so bring your bug spray. So I'm just slowly pulling into Meldrum Bay, and boy, this place has changed. Now if you look back at some of my older series, going back, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years now, I used to come out here and I camped overnight in this place, and this here was the Meldrum Bay Inn, which it still says Meldrum Bay Inn, but let me just check here. But unfortunately it closed down, which is really sad. I used to stay overnight there, and they had the most beautiful food. Bob and Sharon ran it from California. They were here for many years. And one day, I don't know if it was COVID did it or what, but they finally packed up and left. So that place has been sitting dormant for a few years now, which is really sad. It looks like they still got the general store going. That was closed too, but it looks like it just seems to be up and running now. Maybe the LCBO saved it. But really, this place was iconic, and this is what made Meldrum Bay what it was. Bikers used to love coming here. It was the best steak I've ever had. Bob just made an amazing steak, and yeah, the bikers would come here, and yeah, it was just amazing. So I don't really want to camp, but there's some picnic tables here. Maybe I can find a nice place to make a lunch, is what I was hoping. So I just got to figure out a good spot to park. And but anyway, they've changed this park here as well, and it looks like they've changed it again, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna go and have a look. At one point they put all these bars up, like posts between every campsite, and it was awful. Then they tried to put hydro in, and they installed them wrong, upside down. And it was just beautiful before, when it was just open grass and you could just park there. Nobody really came, or nobody really knew about this place. It was pretty nice. Now it looks like, you know, it's been discovered by the world, and so now it's kind of ruined. But it's just sad how, you know, things don't always stay the way they are. There's a nice pier out here. I hope I can get turned around okay down here, but yeah, there's a nice pier. That's a nice picnic table. Maybe I'll use that one. And you go out on the pier, and I fished off this pier, and there's a dock at the bottom too. And in better weather conditions, it's a nice place to go swimming. And I've caught some nice perch down there. It was all pretty cool. Well, let me see if I can get through there and do something a little bit wonky here. Let's see. Well, it is an off-road bike. Now, I'm not sure if... No, those are just fishermen, so we're okay with them. So let's park here and have a wee bit of lunch. There, just for filming purposes. I put the helmet on for a sec, but I'm not bothering with the selfie cam today. There's not that much to film, so... Just sitting here enjoying my... Well, I had my ravioli, but yeah, I am still a little hungry, and I've been wanting to have a noodle soup. So we're heating up water. Gonna make a nice noodle soup. I'm saving that for dessert. Enjoying my tea. Another thing I should mention, just as I'm leaving Meldrum Bay, I just passed Mississauga Lighthouse Road on the right, and that road will go about 6 or 7 kilometers, maybe 9 I think, all the way up to another campground. And that campground is, you can get up there with your trailer, but it's a lot wilder, and the trailers pretty much only fit in like a field area. And there's a few nice spots, but they're always taken, of course. But it's more for backpackers and tent campers for most of the sites. It's pretty wild. They do have a little bit of a store there, and possibly ice cream at certain times of year. And then, of course, they have the Lighthouse, which I'm not sure if I think you can get tours, or you can tour the Lighthouse. But it's a pretty iconic spot as far as scenery. It's got beautiful rocks looking down under the water, and it's really cool for that. There's a lot of really awesome wildflowers that grow on Manitoulin like that. Like, that's amazing. Like, where did that come from? That's pretty cute. I like it. So nice I had to turn around and come have another look. So I'm gonna cruise back in what we call scooter mode, because if you just set the cruise at, you know, 60, maybe 70 kilometers an hour, and this is nice, and you're in an area like this where you just got all the time in the world, and you got no cars, no traffic on your ass or nothing like that, and you just want to just kind of roll down the road. I stopped here at a little rest spot called Indian Point, just to see, because I went right around in Evansville this nice scenic lake, but a big row of trees in front of it, so you couldn't see. So on the other side of the lake, which as I come around, I could see. And again, maybe I'm gonna have to do one of these trips with a buddy who is experienced with adventure riding, because there's a lot of little side roads that I think go to some interesting place. And I passed a little side road, and it was kind of like a trail, but it said Scott's Bluff Road, and I never went up it because it looked pretty dodgy, but I think it went all the way along that escarpment you can see in the distance, and I bet you it went to the top of that bluff. Continuing on 540, right across the bridge I just droned, I just noticed there was a big, I don't know, condor nest or something up there. And so it's a good thing that the condors didn't get too upset with my drone, and there's big heron up there too. Sometimes birds think it's another bird that's invading their territory. Very cool. Yeah, it must be Gore Bay. Gore Bay has deer all over the place. It was the same last time I was here. Literally just hanging out on people's lawns. Crazy, crazy, crazy. How's it going, dude? Yay! It's decided that the actual Gore Bay location is right here. I'm arriving at Gore Bay. There we are. Yeehaw. Now we'll go around the block, try and find some stuff. Ooh, hope that dog don't have no issues. It's a good dog. No, he's passive. Seems a little cold for beaching, but hey, to each their own. Says it's open. Just gotta figure out a place to park. Guess I'll kind of do like he did. I just need a coffee if that's okay. I've already eaten at Meldrum Bay. We're going to look at the Bridal Veil Falls. You can see people are swimming down there. Deep enough to swim. It's a pretty cool waterfall. You could walk right underneath it. It's a little too tree-ish to drone around here. Now I can try and take a picture, hopefully not lose my cell phone in the process. So, Bridal Veil Falls. It's near Gore Bay. It's just go east out of Gore Bay or come from the east of Gore Bay on the 542. And you can see, if it's a hot day, you can come for a swim, but don't expect to be alone. Just as a prelude, this is the buckhorn. It's quite nice actually. And it works good for if you want to just stay over here and catch the boat in the morning kind of thing. But look at this, all done up nice. Look at this, this is nice. A nice way to end the trip is to get a decent room. Right, how do I get these lights on? Everything looks beautiful and wonderfully renovated. Seems to have everything. Look at that little kitchenette and everything there. This is nice. I could do this. Right on.